It's a Friday, baby. That means football time. We are on the Omni Audio Sport. Re tlo bua tabena re khakhole, re tabole, re kopanye neng. Ho tlo ba monate. Friday ke tsatsi la go nqebeleka. Ra nqebeleka kae ka football. All the drama, all the tears, everything that is football. The controversy, you can't leave that behind. Especially when I'm here. Because you know, I don't care. Whatever you say, and what I say, I don't care. I'm not alone with the Untouchables. Again, welcome to the show. It is the Untouchables, a show better than anyone on a Friday morning, evening, afternoon, on TikTok, and every platform where they talk about football in the country. Welcome, South Africa. I'm with my sidekick. I'm with my sidekick, TaMphoza. He's here. TaMphoza, welcome.
Dumelang. Hello, everybody. Yeah. Happy New Year. Hopefully, you're still having a happy New Year.
And I am with also Dr. Al Capone. He's here. Shawamuna Nasan.
Matsetsele.
Yeah. So you can tune in live on my TikTok or TaMphoza's TikTok and also on Omni Audio. Thank you very much for joining us. It's a Friday. Let's have a good time. Talk about football. The weekend has got loads of football coming from everywhere in the world, whether it's Africa, whether it's Europe, South America, or here in South Africa. The Betway Premiership, Orlando Pirates are in it tomorrow in Polokwane. Fortunately, yours truly will be at that game at Peter Mokaba Stadium. So before we go there, first things first. I hear things are coming from Morocco that Thembinkosi Lorch is leaving Wydad and is going to join Al Ittihad in Tripoli in Libya. He is joining former Kaizer Chiefs captain and Botswana captain, that is Tato Yaona Ditokwe. So they'll be playing together at Al Ittihad. Mphoza, you being a Sundowns person, we know, I want to know, good move, bad move for him? Or is it a transactional move that involves a lot of machankura?
Look, at this stage of Lorch's life, good moves, bad moves, it all depend on the numbers that are given. And for him, I think it's a good move. It may not be a country where it's known for big football or any other thing, but for him personally, because you must remember, probably this is the last contract that he can be able to get that is this big. So for Thembinkosi Lorch personally, I think it's a brilliant move and we wish him everything of the best. Must make money for his family.
One can say, is it a move that can help him into Bafana Bafana squad while Hugo Bruce is there, or beyond Hugo Bruce, because he's probably going to stay there for about 2-3 years and his career probably will come to an end. Tshepo, do you think that is another way of him making more mullahs, we know, or is it trying to pave a way to play in the World Cup, the only World Cup probably that he'll play in?
Dumelang bagaetso. Ya ntla ya ngwaga phazele feletse. So se se monate ke gore re simolla ka so simollang ka sone baba. So potso ke gore Hugo Bros a ga ya go tournamenteng ya gagwe ya World Cup. A o ya ka setlhopa kana ka mashole ba ba molwetse mo malobeng kana wa go fetola sengwe go tswa mo sana sa se dira. Jaanong Thembinkosi Lorch ke bangwe ba ba tshameki ba ile gore Africa borwa e buile ka bone thata and o bontshitse gore go reng le hatse le bua ka eng. Ka jalo Thembinkosi Lorch go tswa go setlhopheng sa Wydad go ya ka ko Tripoli, I think a good move. Go ya ka dingwaga tsa gagwe ke nako ya go ira tšhelete gore o tshameka go leking efeng e o ga isa tlhole le taba e o ga isa tlhole le sepe se mo tlhaloganyong ya gago. Se tshwanetseng a se dire ga jana ke go berekela back ya gagwe, back e tshwanetse e tlale.
Whether ke back ya Woolworths, whether ke back ya Louis Vuitton, the all bags. Doesn't matter.
A back e tlale.
Now, we're talking about bags now here. Let's talk about something different, but referring to these bags of money. Mbogazi was going to the US. Tejani went to the US. And now Lorch is going to Tripoli, living a big league in Africa. And many people are saying Mbogazi is living a big league on the continent, which is the Betway Premiership or PSL per se. And the question is, how do you find a barometer between the two? This is right, this is wrong. Why do we say it's wrong for Mbogazi? Yes, his age, we understand, But why? No one offered him anything from Europe. No one offered him. So if you say it's wrong for him to go there, but it's right for Lorch to leave Morocco and go to Al Ittihad, come on, balance me now.
Molwani, when you look at it, if it was for footballing reason, Thembinkosi Lorch would stay away that. Because he's been playing regularly and he's been one of their key players in terms of playing. That's for footballing reason. But we must not forget, this is also a career where people have to earn a living. Because when they get to 35, life doesn't stop because you've retired as a footballer. You've got to make enough money for you to be able to be carried forward. So while you are there, Lorch has got to go and make as much money as possible. Mbogazi, on the other hand, in the US, he can still, if you're Matla Mbogazi, you can still go to Chicago and buy him. There's nobody who said you can't go and buy him.
True that.
So, and then again, if we say Lorch must play for Hugo Bruce, are willing it. Lorch. Let's not.
Is it the Nganyuing part
it's
or
got
is
nothing to do.
it
It's got nothing
the
to do.
football part?
It's got nothing to do with football.
Is it a behavioral thing or what?
You see, Aksa
Can't be.
I'll find reasons. The fact that you don't have much hair left, it will be my reason as to why. I'm just saying. No.
Tshepo. It doesn't matter what cap you wear. It doesn't matter whether or not she's copper or grey. So it doesn't matter what cap you wear. Whether you brown or capone, I don't care.
So Baba, we must be careful about this attachment ka di movement tsa di player, especially ya Hambokas. Everyone una bua ka oreng wait for AFCON, wait for World Cup. What happened? They played group stages, they survived, they go to the things. So you tell me, is he add enough to impress whoever on a logo Mosheba? Because people they were talking about wait for the AFCON. So he played only 4 matches, then done, and then tournament to the appeal. So what if kana go kaba block that move? And then someone who not on Mosheba baring. I see boni so far.
So we agree, Huri. Mbogazi and the Chejanis move.
That was top move. That was top moves.
That's all that I wanted to know. That's all that I wanted to confirm with you, because these wise men will understand football through their veins, and they analyze these things in a certain manner, different from the other. So let's move on. Mabasa went to Orlando Pirates a few seasons ago, did very well, scored goals. Then arrived Abdislam Wadu, and he felt that many people are saying that he didn't like him. Tshepo, is it about liking him or not giving him what he wants?
Look, I think first thing first, Mukadisi Chebang. No. Mukadisi Sheba Pele a work rate, and then about Sheba Hore Faseke Sebatlang. And then if another quality, maybe a fetang or a add something, says a fetan sabat sameka pile, bana leboni. Utlo fila horeng, okay, you won't play, oh. And then up until now, if you ya horeng, loan or permanent move outside. Like right now, loan. So Abahofa loan, Wahopola Mabaza was in loan for Coco Swallows. Yes, after a sharp. When first game ya Stelis goal. So I think wa go batla gape go berekela lina la gagwe go boela mo setlhopheng sa Orlando Pirates or go improve le go Stelis go nna le tshono ya go ya ka go America, Mexico, Canada.
Hona more about proving TaMphoza. Stelis could be sold at the end of the season.
It's
breaking news.
There you go.
Okay.
There you go.
And let's be clear, it's not because Ouna still is a natural.
No.
It's not because it's
nothing to do with whether Rama is sold or not. No, it's not about that. It's a footballing thing that I've confirmed this with several sources and very reliable sources for that matter. And they could be selling Stelis for other reasons known to them, and also there could be a potential buy another Cape Town franchise.
A blue and yellow.
I don't know.
I
don't know.
Okay.
So it's politics being brewed in Cape Town, and one of our colleagues, Mthethwa, we sent him to go and confirm this with all our sources that we have down there. And it was confirmed. And other sources here in Johannesburg, they confirmed that there is a potential sale of Stellis at the end of the season. But my question is, why get a Mabasa when you might be sold? Or is it maybe preparing that does not be relegated and stay in the Premiership, and when we sell status within the Premiership, not a relegated status. It's possible. I don't know what you think.
Well, the value is higher when you're in the PSL, so you
Yes.
want by all means to be able to say, let's stay in the PSL. So that is number one. There is at the end of the season problems, there is the problems for now. Now you've got to be able to say, let us survive and possibly get into the top 8. And if you get into the top 8, then you can be able to say, Mukotla Kiyo and all that.
They need 13 points to get into the top 8.
Yeah. So, and then when you put that together, you got to be able to say, Mabasalianen as a player, because he wants to be able to. Football is a funny sport. If you don't play for 2 months, we forget about you.
True.
Yeah. Like when Tshepo was playing for Mangaung United, forgot about him.
So it is. So you want to be able to say you are still relevant and you are still sharp. If there's any chance of you possibly getting into the World Cup squad, get into that team. So Mabasaliana still wants to be able to play and be able to show his value. And that's why he arrives there, makes a huge difference, 3 points in the bag. They're already on the move going up. Coach Gavin Hunt has arrived. The only thing that in Susan Castellis, Coach Gavin Hunt does not believe in technocratic, in body. What? He believes Gasi.
He once told that goalkeeper at Devon City, what's his name?
Kimang.
Devon City.
Darren Kidd.
Darren Kidd. He said, I hired you to be a goalkeeper, not to be a sweeper. So stay there.
So
Stay there.
So with that
Don't
said,
be a defender. You are a goalkeeper.
so with that said,
My
Muba,
good friend Gavin, I must say this to him. I like you, my bro. I like how straightforward you are.
Mare wa tsala today, Moshonyi. So show e butse ke ntato go Freestata. Di tori tse pedi ke tsa Freestata.
What's wrong with that? Hey, wait now.
Di tori tse di latelana tse pedi big
We're
stories.
going there. Don't worry.
Freestata.
So now,
okay.
So now,
but
yeah.
Lomo, maybe we got that one.
So now, I feel that now Mabasa did well to accept the loan move to keep his football going and making sure that he still attracts eyes and ears, you know, and anything can still happen. Because prior to this, there were people who were inquiring about him. That I can confirm with you. There were people inquiring about him, but nothing materialized.
Okay.
Let's go back to another story about people who should be in the move. I asked somebody a question that I trust in football. I said, why is Mofokeng still playing here? Do you know?
Because he's a Pirates player.
No.
No. We all know.
No, Mara.
My man.
Your statement is right. He's a Pirates player.
Yes.
But why is he still here?
Because remember, let's go back to Mbogazi, what we said. There must be an offer that is appeasing to Orlando Pirates.
Yes.
Number one. So it means there hasn't been an offer
Right, let's do
that
this.
is appeasing to Orlando Pirates.
Let me ask my producer to check Mofokeng's value on transfer mark. Please go to transfer mark and check what is Mofokeng's value in terms of.
Value transfer mark, is it set by Pirates?
No. The average value.
Okay.
And then what the team is going to demand. And that it takes me to what I'm going to explain. What many people ask me to, please guys, explain the transfer thing. How does it work? And you are a master of that thing. I don't want to get involved. I know how it works, but I want you to, with your English, Yapitoria, I want you to get into it and explain it. Shep, don't leave anything behind. If Mofokeng was to be bought by PSV Eindhoven for 100 million, hypothetical example, disclaimer, hypothetical example, right? Who gets what and who doesn't get what, and what does the agent get if there's an agent? If it's parents, what do they get? And also my next question would be, should we still use parents as agents? I'll tell you why.
Parents get absolutely nothing. Mfugeng is not a minor anymore.
Thank you.
He's an adult.
Yeah.
Even the parents cannot negotiate a contract because they are not agents. You must go to school and be able to be an agent.
Right.
Ngwana o tla mo jwetsa eng, ba tla e bua ka lapeng. Mara the parents does not have the power to go and speak to anybody because they are not an agent.
Can the club that you are playing for, the current incumbent, can you overrule them and say, I don't want to go there?
As a player.
Yeah.
So as a player, for a move to happen, the three parties need to agree. There must be a player that wants, a team that wants you. There must be a offer that is appeasing to the club, and then the player must agree.
Okay, cool.
So if the two are met and the player says no, it stays there.
Force them.
You can't force them to.
It's on the FIFA statutes, yes.
If player lead the team that wants him agree, but they don't meet Orlando Pirates' demands,
He's not going
Orlando
to go anywhere.
Pirates is saying you have a contract here. That's
here.
why, as Tshepo said, that's why you keep playing here.
All right.
So now the team comes and says, we meet Orlando Pirates. Transfer market, you may value him because he's young, he's got more potential, he plays for Bafana, he's an active member of the senior team. Let's say you arrive at a value of 40 million.
And his influence, yeah.
40 million, is it what Pirates values him at? Because they look at the
Did you check
investment.
that?
So the value, well, it gives it to us in euros. It says
It's fine. It's
2 million euros, and when you convert that, it's 37.9 million.
37.9
I
million.
wasn't too far off.
Yeah, well, not too far.
Not too far
You
off.
said 40. Yeah, not too
So when you then look at all those things,
far. Yeah.
Orlando Pirates then says, if we lose him, what are we losing? Because that's what they've got to be able to. And then they look at the investment that they've made in Rayleigh's life. No, they say, we see the 2 million offer that you've got, but we would like you to make it 50 million.
Oh.
Right, fine. In the 50 million that we're talking about, in case that player gets sold, okay, or the agreement is reached on 50 million, who gets what?
So in terms of that, the offer from the club, because he's contracted to Orlando Pirates, all of it goes to Orlando Pirates. Let's use Mbogazi's one. 50 million that is reported, 53 million goes all to Orlando Pirates. Mbogazi gets nothing. He will negotiate his own with his agent and be able to say, Kebatla, this salary, in the US they've got salary caps and all those things.
Yes,
He
they do.
negotiate.
Or based on the money I registered on.
Yes. And then an agent,
I do not do it now.
the agent will then go negotiate with Chicago Fire in this case. Chicago Fire is the one that's liable to pay the agent fee.
Okay, slowly. 50 million or 53 million goes straight to the
Orlando
the
Pirates.
selling
The selling
club.
team. Yes.
Right. And then the player from the selling amount gets Bogorol.
Yeah.
Nothing.
No.
So what?
Yes, Tshepo.
Oh, sorry. Seba se bitsang signing on fee.
Re a ko yona, no,
Okay.
right, yes.
Okay.
Then a ka re feditse ka the club
Yeah.
buying and the club selling.
Yes.
We're done. That transaction completed.
Yes.
There it is, 50 million or whatever amount. Then how does the agent get his money? From who?
From Chicago Fire, the buying club.
How do they work out the percentages?
So FIFA is also, you've got to be able to also say, because remember the agent represents the player. FIFA gives you a percentage that you can be able to pay. The last time I just need to check, I remember it used to be 3%.
It's just gone up.
But you look at time, you look at it could be up to 10%, whatever the agreement
Right,
is
that's right.
between player and agent. Then they then say, we will sign you and this is your salary. Because as a player, you've got image rights, your marketing and all
So I
those
didn't
stuff.
want us to go there first. I
Oh.
want us to go step by step.
Okay.
So now the agent gets
gets
his money from the club that is buying.
Yes.
In this case, Chicago Fire.
Yes.
Fine.
Yes.
It's either 10% or whatever amount that you
Yes.
agree upon.
Yes. So
Okay,
let
fine.
me give you so that people understand.
Yes.
At the moment in South Africa, there is a case between Coach Peter Musimane's agent being his wife and
And
Mamelodi Sundowns. It's because Mamelodi Sundowns had paid that amount in full in advance.
Okay.
Because remember, before he left, 3 months before, he had just signed a new contract of 4 years. And then he left. But Sundowns had already paid that money. And Sundowns was saying, we paid you for services that you did not render for the other 3
So
years.
you must pay them back.
Prorate it and pay us back. That is what the fight is about. Because the club has to pay that service fee to the agent.
Okay.
So in this case, the agent is paid for by the
Club.
club that is buying.
Okay. All right, let's move away from that.
I say your school fees go already.
Nah, man.
Never. Now, after the player has been sold, the transaction is done between the two clubs. The agent gets his fee. What about the signing on fee? What do you asking, Sep?
So what? A signing on
Pays
fee.
the signing on fee.
The
new
signing on
club.
fee. The new club pays the signing on fee.
How do you determine the signing on fee?
So it is of the for different players is a different value. So let me use for example. You look at Mbogazi, you look at really youngsters that are coming up, national asset, and they have an image because they've already attracting brands. So because the club is buying you, they're gonna be using your face in all those adverts and every other thing.
PR and marketing.
They then pay that amount. You agree on that amount as to how you value yourself.
Okay.
And we'll use the South African one because in America they may pay it differently. In South Africa, you may agree to pay the signing on fee twice in a year. You may find that in the first 6 months, a club pays you a certain amount, and then in the second year, so let's say it's $1 million, but 500 Cabo November, first 6 months, and then come May, Rofa Engwa. That's how a signing on fee would then go. But the older you get or the more marketable you are, the signing on fee goes higher. If you're from development, your signing on fee, so
somebody's asking here, Auntie, how does it work? So I think we've been answered to more that the signing on fee is paid by the club that is buying you. You come to an agreement of how they'll tell you. Your signing on fee will be R5.
yeah,
If it's
and you
R5.
say, and if you don't agree, you say no. I think I'm valued at
Then
R8.
if you feel that you're not equal to R5, baru buat lab guy, or
Okay.
R8, baru yes or no. Yes, sir.
No.
Yeah. So, TaMphoza, we hear that. So the club gets the money to buy. They pay the agent, the buying club. They pay signing on fee to the player. Agreed signing on fee.
Yes.
Let's go to add-ons. Who determines the add-ons? Like your all the add-ons, you know them. Yeah.
So you
including
start
image rights.
So the first add-on that you've got to be able to look at, it's who developed you as a player, because there's always a development fee that is paid to whoever developed you.
Oh, it's in your way.
Yeah. Just in South Africa, because SAFA has not made it, but globally, you would remember that team. I mean, if you look at, will use, always your barometer has to be high. So you use whoever's at the top. We'll use Mamelodi Sundowns.
Remember Super Sport. Yeah.
Remember the likes of Cassius Mailula.
Yes.
Where they come from in Mokopane, the teams that they were used to play for, Sundowns. Yeah. So you then say your development fee is there for any contract, especially when you go abroad. Then Orlando Pirates may say, or the club that is selling may say,
Speak with dignity. Speaking about a big club.
no, but 1937. You then say, I may be able to go and say, instead of saying it's 53 million, I may say it's 43 million, but I want signing on fee that is better.
All right.
So, or no, not signing on fee, add-ons that is better. If you sell him forward, I am entitled to this portion. You agree to it, and those would be the add-ons that then.
So, add-ons, accommodation, and
accommodation is not
accommodation.
These things or
no.
No.
So what would happen is that when you're signing your contract, say for example Mbogazi, and those are the things that the agent has negotiated. Oh, Dula guy, is the club putting you up somewhere? Is the club able
to the train?
So
and wash for
remember,
you and
Tshepo, we said
transport
Mbogazi will
you.
have somebody that he can be able to live with. Mbogazi will have somebody who can cook for him. Mbogazi will have somebody who can tutor him in terms of from a cultural perspective and language perspective. That's all added in his contract. Add-on Kiaure, if now Mbogazi goes and a team from Europe comes, that's where add-on comes. Then Pirates, as the original team, will then still be able to get add-on. They may also say, if you are still, wherever you are, you get to the Champions League, add another add-on.
Okay.
If you get to the Champions League and you play a certain portion in the Champions League, we add another add-on. So all those add-on are subject to you playing. The risk that Orlando Pirates has had to do is to say, do we want to wait for that or do we want to cash out where we are?
Oh, we've it.
On the cash out part, I need to expand this discussion about signing ons. Should we still use parents as our agents? Tshepo.
No.
Why?
2026, no.
Why?
I think Baholo tshwanetse ba kene se guidance ku ngwaneng wa bona. Before re ata fulling, before we go to the boardroom, I think ya lona tshwanetse e felle
Go gae.
e felle ko gae goreng okay sharp mama Kaizer Chiefs ya mpatla. So Kaizer Chiefs ya mpatla so ha ke tsebe gore ke matlong representang. I think more ke gone mo re tla botsang teng if you don't have someone who representang. Mara like mpho o buile something ka maybe your grassroots coach, amateur coach. If ona le motho yo ntseng nyalo, let's say your coach was a lawyer staying at home or was a teacher knowing something about to listen, not to negotiate, just to take someone by hand and say, come and sit with me. I was listening to Tshepo Nunes somewhere. I think it's Tshepo or Thabiso Ramile, one of the two ba tsong go Potchefstroom. Gore ha ya go signa. Yes, ha ya go signa ko Mamelodi Sundowns. Gore o kupile someone ha ke tseba re abuto ga gona bereka ko mining 10. Aba morare no teacher mang ke mo founetse o tla tsama le wena go dula le wena mo tafoleng. So I think parents ya bone e felle go gae as guidance. Even if ya ka nna monga team before ra go bula dibuka we can sit down and negotiate but before re tsa di decision find someone o tla tlang go dula mo fatshe listen and that's the decision tse le gore la go dumelana ka tsone le ba
Mara Bratsepo, coming to that decision you're talking about, you don't have to sign a contract on the spot.
You don't have to.
Baka offer contract, this is an offer. This is a
All
proposal.
the time to take your time.
You can be able to say, "Kia utwa, can I come back to you?"
okay
That's why you'd hear. I mean, Honaji, you hear, and you'll hear or no, smang mang obatla ki smang mang.
Okay.
It's a conversation that happens. Here are the numbers. Are you happy with the numbers? No, I'm not happy because I think I'm worth this much. So those are the things that then happen. You can be able to say, how fit you can say that's what you do.
yeah
And this law protects everybody in terms of the following. Your parents, we don't have the same parents. My parents may not know anything about football because Papa Obereka go mining.
So
that's why
you
agents
need somebody who's like really absorbed into this football thing and who understands the ins and outs of signing and
because remember, lady FIFA agent on their side, there are penalties if you mislead your client. So what recourse do you have if somebody stay Brajabu because Kianana Nespaza? No. Yeah. If Uspanisa Braaron and Braaron, all he has is a Spaza and that's all he knows. But these things is because FIFA wants to do away with the fact that most people don't know. They encourage you to have an agent who's gone to school. That FIFA exam is not cheap. And you don't just write it and they give it to you like lucky packet. You must study. You must write a test that makes you see or do people know, do people understand what they're talking about so that you get the best offer on the table.
All right. What? I think we should take a break. And when we come back, touch another topic. Oh, I thought maybe could I for now. All right, on, let's go. Here we go. All right, we're back. This is the Untouchables on Friday on Omni Audio and on live on TikTok. TaMphoza 29, myself _27, and Tshepo Nyama. So, right, we spoke about what we spoke about just now, and I think for a lot of people who do not understand how things happen, they now know. I spoke about this thing deliberately because last night on the live that I had, somebody asked me on the comments line, can you please explain the signing of players and how players get released and that's why I asked you that today because we're talking about Mabasa and now let's move on to the Betway Premiership. This weekend, but let me go back. In the week, Stellenbosch won. Sekhukhune lost. Kaizer Chiefs won.
Hallelujah.
Kaizer Chiefs won.
Hallelujah.
All right.
Kaizer Chiefs benefited.
No.
Re tsebe. Ke lona le reng yana.
Mpoza, what did you say?
Can the Kaizer Chiefs benefited? You must take words from my former
pride.
coach
Take
or
that
my
with
soon-to-be coach. Uri,
We get
we
pride.
benefited and we have no shame.
Nna ntho tsa go benefita tse ke di utlwa ka lona.
No, but Tshepo, not all I ask.
Mo
from South
footballong
Africans,
ntho tse tsa go benefita tse nna ke di
What do
utlwa
you
ka
call it?
lona.
What do you call
No.
it? What do you call it?
Someone who win, someone who korile.
No, Tshepo, let's
Win.
No, Mulwane, I think.
Only win, not to benefit. Only win mo bolong.
Okay.
Win and a lose. So someone who win ha benefit. It's a win.
Okay, Tshepo, now
Win is a win and must treat it like a win. Not to ranking ntho tse ding bo benefit he wirala. No. Win is a win.
Tshepo, now I say the following. We will all benefit at some point. When it's your turn, enjoy it. Because there will come a day, you're on the receiving end. Risk out balaba.
Skabali.
Tswaya mo benefiting. Tswaya mo benefiting.
All right, fine. Benefit or not benefit, immaterial. Tomorrow, Pirates are playing Sekhukhune. Sekhukhune lost. The first game of the season, Pirates lost to Sekhukhune. I was doing that game.
Richards Bay plays Siwelele.
And
Yeah. Richards Bay plays Siwelele today.
how does it affect the number? How does it affect the top of the log? How does that affect top of the log?
Bedway Premiership.
Yes, we come in there.
Bedway Premiership itala today. Bedway Premiership.
Okay, fine. Let's go.
Bedway
Let's go back.
Premiership.
Can we please have hearing aids? We need hearing aids.
So Bedway Premiership, Richards Bay, the Natal Rich Boys play Siwelele.
Where are they?
Play Siwelele.
I'm hosting the show today as well. So Mamela Bay. So fine. Let me give me a space. Richards Bay is hosting Siwelele today.
Hallelujah.
No effect on who's gonna win the league.
So
It doesn't really matter. But they're all Betway Premiership and passport.
No man, kupa
Passport.
I
Wait.
get a swelele by it. Kiss them message. Basata maga pass or ba fly. Last time never bata maga pass.
We'll talk about that on Monday. We'll see at night. Not now. I've got the news. Don't worry. I've got the story.
No, maybe there's an upgrade.
It's very down. Monday night. So, Siwelele, they're on a resurrection mode going forward. Richards Bay are not bad this season, like they were last season. You should give liberation.
What happened
to
this
talk
season?
about that game. You'll be commentating that game tonight. Yeah, so I'm giving you the limelight. Guetta famous. Come now. Come now. Guetta famous. You commentating that game tonight.
Yes, I'm doing the match.
Yeah.
Siwelele, ba fetsa kgagana le the young superstar Magidi. Ke bangwe ba batshameki ba ba tswileng. Magidi lo dlala ko Belgium, right? Yes, Magidi lo dlala ko Belgium.
Announce it.
Yes, Magidi a se le sa tlolele motshameki wa setlhopha sa Siwelele. O ka ba le ko a ke tse ke setlhopha se feng ko Belgium. Mara o dlala ko Belgium. So batshameka le setlhopha se motho tla reng go mathata go setlhopheng sele. Nna wa re se fetogile se tlase. Ha se ke bone se sa Richards Bay.
No, me kwata go Siwelele pele.
Okay.
Because I
So-
heard that Sekhukhune is gone back, ne?
Yes.
Sekhukhune just sign
Yeah.
le Siwelele.
Yeah, I want us to talk
Little
about
passes.
I want to talk about Siwelele first, so that for clarity purpose, we know if they have Lepasa now and they've
Kgaogelo.
Sekhukhune, firepower has been added, despite the loss of Makitikit to Belgium. Okay, how do you see Siwelele progressing now?
Going to this match, I think this first fixture, the Kopana, Abobedi, new history, new year, new points. I think Siwelele will come alive.
Who's hosting?
Richards Bay.
Richards Bay.
So about Batsela go Richards Bay.
Go Richards Bay. Oh, okay.
Plateaus. Somebody says here, that team won't last. We need to be honest. Which team, Miki Mhlanga? Somebody says that team won't last. Is it, do you think Siwelele won't last or Richards Bay won't last? Which one?
Siwelele.
Okay, why?
Tsela e ba di dirileng ka yone, I think tsela e Siwelele ba fitlileng ka yone. I think it fitlile ka like a shock, like a surprise ko mongwe le mongwe ha ne Siwelele ba fitla. But not last in terms of ba tswa ko league not last gore ka ba rekisiwa or ka ba rekiwa. I think e go nna setlhopha se tla competing this season. Ya nna setlhopha se go fetsang go fatshe.
Are they going to be relegated?
I don't think so.
15?
I don't think so. I think 13, 14.
Are they going to struggle?
Ba go nna le mathata a mangata go ya go pele. I think setlhopha se sa go nna le mathata ebile se le gore re tla feletsa re sena setlhopha ko
Northwest.
no Eastern Cape. Re tla feletsa re sena setlhopha go Tebega.
Your team, Northwest.
I believe mo go Makhonye. Makhonye said something gore the break Pogiso. Ke Makhonye Pogiso. Makhonye ne? Yes. Pogiso. So
you haven't done Obit.
yes, Nella ntla ke dira I think Nella
haven't
Obit.
done Obit.
I did game ya bone le Kaizer Chiefs le Mamelodi Sundowns. So we say
Whenever you are there, they lose.
towards hey nze ke sa bone ya le ne jwa.
Whenever
It's
you
a
are there,
fact.
they lose.
Because ba la
Now when I
tlhotsa
do
no.
Chiefs doesn't lose.
So baba we say
Nerko pass ka tlola etsa Kaizer Chiefs. Ka ko potsa.
o really FIFA break we tsa ya ka rebuilding of the team everything so I think ka bati le go tlhoka lesego from the break fresh from the break
They lost.
aba go kopana le the champions
And they
the
lost-
current
and they
champions
lost Sterling.
Mamelodi Sundowns.
He was not that player anyway.
So I think go ya ko pele ya go nna setlhopha se motho tla reng se tla itwanela diphenyo tse nne this season compared to one win ya cheaper. I think ba survivor bonolo go tsomfao and
that
even
that is Siwele in this case.
I'm talking Obit.
Obit.
Yes.
Oh, okay. All right. So Obit will survive.
Obit will survive and they won't play playoffs.
Oh, that's a strong statement, Bo.
Look, Matata.
We're lucky.
Melwane pa Eastern Cape kuzaba nengxaki. Played 15 games, minus 1 win, 9 points. I think Chipa in serious trouble. Above them, Bale every season from I said last season. Now I do what they call hate watch every time my case is
Because Baujile go black label.
ko Bloemfontein.
Black label.
Banzama is the blue ko Bloemfontein. O bona.
Ke bone mo.
Tsatsile ha re qeta o jeo. O kula bona ha ka batla o bua le motho ka tsamaya ka fihla ka robala. So you look at, for me, Makesi, Chipa are the ones in the problem. Siwele, I don't think they'll have much of a problem. Though I don't think this weekend they Bakasube Sewa took. Because Richards Bay at home have been very unpredictable. Richards Bay at home, they have been very unpredictable, and I think that they're going to surprise a lot of teams. And I don't think, at best, I think it's going to be a draw.
Barry,
Yeah,
thanks, Jabu. Thank you, Chavas Kalabu. Barry, at 28th August, they played these two teams. I don't know when was that. Let me just check. 29-08-25, Siwele and North.
I think it was a draw.
They say it was not, but it was a horrible game. So you Tshepo, in for a horror movie in this play today. Over sharp,
No, night game anga di bor.
Night game at
Night game di dula dile kwa.
Friday night fever.
Where Richards will boy.
Football Friday.
Saturday.
Football Friday.
Yeah, look, Football Friday is known at Pietermaritzburg. And has always been. And in Cape Town in the olden days, when we had Lusitano, Cape Town City, Hellenic,
Santos,
Hartley Vale, it was top Friday night.
Yeah.
Let's continue to Richards Bay. Richards Bay, can they conjure up something different? You have the league there. Let's see where are they now?
Richards Bay at the moment,
All right, let me hear what other guys are saying. General Tuk says night games Immunati. And let me see.
Richards Bay are number 9.
Number 9.
The thing,
they're better.
no,
From what they were last season. Better. The season before, they at number 1 at some point.
How about the playoffs?
their first season back.
Yeah, they were number 1 at some point until like after 7, 8 games. Number 1, Richards Bay. We thought, hey, I thought Choraka, Leicester City at 2016. Go pick on.
Mara the problem yes, you're on number 9. Mara your points do not say Ubaleila whole.
No, you're still there.
Because at number Stellenbosch on 15 points. If they win, you are suddenly below
Stellenbosch. I said 13 points, they go to top 8.
Top 8. So at the moment, Richards Bay are on number 9 with 17 points. So I think they'll be there. The good thing for Makesi and Tshepo is that nobody's running away above them. If they have 2-3 games wins, then they are back in the mix, and it makes everybody uncomfortable. So and somebody will go down.
Let's go back to Richards Bay. What are the? What did you say? Do you think prospects are good or prospects are bad for them?
Look, I think Richards Bay released a lot of players last season, and releasing a lot of players and not replacing. Well, you look at Mbutuma,
Kimang, the tall guy,
the former Sundowns, yes, Ntsambiyuma.
Yes,
So not Ntsambiyuma.
Kimang,
Kimang, that guy also on Sundowns, Umtelele, jersey number 9. Why you need that team?
Ntsundwana.
Hey, skitwa ka Ntsambiyuma.
Nerike
Udlala ka ndo?
run Vela new players.
I don't
know.
No, udlala tengu. Oh, uku cheaper. Kibuya ka yene the defender. Yeah, the former Jomo coach.
So when you look at it, and when you then have
Ntsundwana, yeah. When we let Jomo Cosmos,
Jomo Cosmos ya Neika, Linda Mtambo. Relegated to go Pogistrum.
So when you look at it, you're saying Richards Bay, I think they'll survive. They're just happy to survive. They'll be able with number 10, 11, 12 going down. You know more team out last season. They do more team with the Chiefs. More number 9, 10, 11, 9, 10, 11. I think Richards Bay will.
So Richards Bay has taken over what Chiefs was doing last season.
Yeah, because Chiefs.
Are you saying that
Chiefs has improved this season?
Chiefs has improved. Mahosi ke number 3.
Hey.
We're going there.
Batlanka ba khosing. Koro ha bua ka Chiefs no bua ka Mahosi.
We're going there. Right, continue with your Richards Bay. Yeah.
So that's what I think will happen at Richards Bay.
Yeah.
For me, I think the co-coaching thing, I'm not sure if it's working.
It's not working.
I'm not sure if it's working.
Either they appoint Papizo Twan as a coach, or what's the other dude? What's his name? You doing the game? You should know.
The Indian coach.
Naika or something.
Wait.
Name, Johnson.
Yeah, no.
And
coach Richards Bay. I can't Richards Bay.
Nakitse ba donate la Sundowns the points.
No, Bamela, who got Sundowns? Emma Bay. Come on, coach, come on, Johnson, man. The co-coaches, Papizo Twan and who? Nagmze. I'll be honest, guys. Forgive me, I don't know. Jabu, Kiman coach ya.
Kelbala libitso le. Wa libitso le. Ai sora ke mutskiletse le fapogile libitso le modimo a.
Axwetse Richard Bay, Axwetse Obit this is it.
Yes, Ronnie, yes.
Ronnie?
Yes.
Ronnie Gabriel.
Yes, Ronnie. Yes.
Gabriel. Nyoloi la busiu. Yeah. So mama, Nyoloi li Papizo Twan. They need to work out something.
Yeah, they must decide who the coach is. Yeah.
And Jomo Biela must decide who must coach the team.
But I agree with the sponsor. Has a say.
Yeah, but that is wrong. Sponsor must not have a say on the football matters. They must have a say on the administration of the team, and how much money they should be pumping to prepare the team going forward. Yes. Not on what happens on the coaching and the playing. No.
And then, for me this weekend, I'm looking forward to Obed versus Tshepo United.
Yo.
Bottom of the table battle. I got something at the top of the table.
Like the one tomorrow. All right. Paras number 2.
Yeah, Maras Kuguna. See you more.
Number 4.
Number 4.
Number 4.
No. Okay, it's all right.
Okay, Ntoaka Satafula. See you more in
Joe, can you relieve him of his duties?
Yo, God.
So this man of before
So go Rustenburg, Obita hosting Tshepo. It's very important for either of those teams to win. Not even a draw.
Where are they playing?
Go Rustenburg.
Where?
Go Olympia.
Go Olympia Park.
Is it good for them to play there, guys?
No,
too much.
Olympia Park, the pitch.
Too much.
The pitch is
because
good.
I think all it's accessible, easy.
And then
it's easy. Nahana muthu tswang ko Mangkwen le Phokeng, the distance.
Mangkwen ke Theflo Limpopo.
no Mankweng branch ya college team e tswang teng ke Mankweng
wa ka nna ke se gela Mankweng so ke tseba Mankweng ya Polokwane
nna ke tla go tswa Teflop
and Mankweng is same thing
okay
no pela ka ya kerekeng ko Mankweng
ibile ba how le Teflop ku campus
kereke ke mo
kereka kamera next door aba betha ko sha ka go bona ka dust okay ba dia bua ka
bona ka lirula dust
yeah so game night game go Olympia or ke game amsel
re ke shebe na
let's confirm na ke game what time are they playing
3:30
yes it's a hot
Hey,
it takes away the flavor
the Northwest ya chesa
Northwest is very hot I've worked there before at Olympia Park but not now before Swallows and
mara ga se zo tsona le Bloemfontein
game tsa go di game tsa go di monate bosiu
yeah
ha ona le game e sentse ke gopola sentle ke game ya surprise Moriri a batla go bolaya Kaizer Chiefs ke so no yetsa game ya tene no ne ke shebile ke le go gae Silver Star le Kaizer Chiefs
no look
no ke bolela ka Silver Star
no but
free kick ya Katlego Mahuta
because remember Olympia Park used to be a mecca of football in terms of from a Rustenburg place because there was even a time that Kaizer Chiefs used to use Olympia Park as their home stadium. If you ask Josta Lada, he made his debut or Rustenburg Olympia when he still used to wear jersey number 21 at Kaizer Chiefs. You would remember Ted Dimitri when he returned from Mamelodi Sundowns after winning the league back to back. He went to Chiefs hoping to win the league. He lost it Olympia. So it is those things that used to be the mecca of football. The pitch is great, and I believe that the municipality has worked tirelessly to make sure that everything is working. No, the stand.
Yeah, they need to take out all that thing against stand. All right, fine. Let's move on. Both teams need to win on Saturday. It's going to be a difficult game in the heat of the Northwest. Let's move on.
Saturday.
I think the game of the weekend should be between number 2 and number 4, which is Pirates and Sekhukhune. All right.
They're playing in the best pitch in Mzat.
Big time.
So
big time.
I'm glad that nobody's arguing otherwise.
Pirates hardly loses at Peter Mokaba. Doesn't matter who they're playing. When they play there, something just happens. Something just happens. With Pirates playing the way they're playing at the moment, I expect a full house from the Buccaneers from all over the country. Moreover, it's their first game in the year 2026. Let me finish winner. And yeah,
ha se teng go Polokwane kon ba tshela ka metsi thuni le teng
no I'm not saying they don't lose at all.
Okay,
no
I get ba tlo bolela ka the recent game against the team.
Sekhukhune beat Pirates here.
Oh yeah.
I was doing that game at night.
No, but Tshepo, you must also remember when
Orlando.
The beauty of Orlando Pirates, because it's a 1937 team.
Yeah.
People look at the history that suits them. So that's why they don't remember those things. While Pirates may not lose to anybody, their last loss was to Sekhukhune in one of the last two.
Orlando.
No, I'm just saying.
Orlando. Yeah. All right. Oh. Now, so Pirates are playing tomorrow, and they're playing against Sekhukhune. And it's going to be a difficult game for Pirates. It's playing during the day, but no worries because both teams are not based in Limpopo. Both teams are based in Johannesburg. So Highveld weather and weather in the Lowveld is different. It's not the same. And the heat thereof, when you're up and when you're down, it's not the same. It's far too different. But I think teams prepare for this kind of things because they know what's going to happen. So endurance plays a bigger role in this one because you need a lot of endurance if you're going to play in the sun like that. After 4 o'clock, things change a bit. The running becomes more intensive because now you can run under the shade. See, so that it changes everything when it comes to a game like that. But let's look at the actual play itself. Does Sekhukhune Tshepo have the firepower again to beat Pirates? Don't misquote my statement. No. With your ears. Can Sekhukhune? Can Sekhukhune beat Pirates again?
Khosi Sekhukhune. No, nna ke batla go tlhalosetsa fela ka Sekhukhune gore yaanong Orlando Pirates ba e latela mosimeng.
Yeah.
La bohelo gane setlhopha sa Sekhukhune ba sokodisa setlhopha sa Orlando Pirates. the captain Linda Mtambo from the bench o tsene a tla fetola game tsatsila ka moso e tla nna nna poeletswa se why ke re yalo Figo fresh from the injury fresh o monate jano mo tsatsila ka moso o kopana le setlhopa sa se tshameketseng mo malobeng jano captain Figo ke ene ya go nnang a player to watch to cut and dice setlhopa sa Orlando Pirates.
Here's my
thing. Say cut and dice.
Hallelujah.
Cut and dice.
Hallelujah.
Cut and dice.
Hallelujah. Go ba khabetlela ba ba dira
So Figo khabetlela Pirates.
Hallelujah.
Okay, by the way, let me announce this before you say. All right, Red Nation. Tomorrow I'll wait for the khabetleling and the dicing of Orlando Pirates. As my colleague says, Sekhukhune is going to khabetlela and dice Orlando Pirates tomorrow. Fortunately, I'll be doing commentary on that game.
Hallelujah.
So I'll make sure I mention the khabetleling from minute one that as far as I know, Sekhukhune are here to khabetlela and dice Orlando Pirates.
How do you want marameng di phumule morati o mamele ko commentary ka usana because how sheba Sekhukhune and I will say this so that people understand. I go there Limpopo ke go high ba go high rena masandawana re gopela re le re tshwarele batho ba
okay
wa Gwizara I'm very invested in that game. You've got Sekhukhune Bradley Grobler wants to show that he's still good. Ngube as we went to the break, he was starting to get a bit of form. You look at the middle, Dash is there. You look at Linda Mtambo.
Ke mang mo tshameka pelo ba fetsang go mo saena o Sekhukhune. Ba fetsa go saena someone. Kunje ke mang? The signing this ke mang kana?
Mang Sekhukhune. They've signed many.
Yes, Sekhukhune go na le mongwe ba fetsang go mo saena.
So yes, so when you look at all those things, and then you look at all those players that understand who Orlando Pirates are, you've got Miguel Tim, you've got Linda Mtambo, you've got.
Tim is no longer there. He's left. He's at Cape Town City.
Oh, has he left?
Yeah, you see.
He's chosen lesser.
There's a reason why Cape Town City bought him. What I told you earlier.
Oh, okay. So when you look at Dash, you look at Linda, you look at Ngube, you look at Bradley Grobler. Those are players that you look at Keletso Magalo.
But are you aware that they're not playing Dash to his strength at Sekhukhune?
No, Kausa now his strength. Just the fact that you know who Orlando Pirates are, you will be able to do. So for now, I think Sekhukhune will give Pirates a run for their money. Babina Nuku.
All right. Let me put it clear.
The form that
Let me put it clear.
Before you put it clear,
put it
the
clear.
form that Pirates had going into the break
is gone.
It's gone. Because now for the first time, Orlando Pirates has to deal with the fact that there is no Mbogas. Now Kenny and da. And then down 50-50 take like a Robeja, so he's still shaky. So you and not that I'm wishing the it's and with that now you've got to go find a new center pairing. You've got the likes of Mbula who went to the AFCON and did not do so well. The confidence is coming back down. You've got CBs who was the N1 in Morocco. So there is a
one game.
Yeah, Mari was N1.
Okay,
so when you look at all those things, it says it's not the same Pirates that was here.
You haven't seen Pirates play this season.
Yeah, but it's not
and then this second round. Don't preempt.
No, my hope and prayer is that Pirates' momentum is broken.
Okay, fine. Mr. Momentum. On that momentum, let me put it very clear and straightforward. Pirates won't lose tomorrow. Pirates will never lose tomorrow. If Pirates lose tomorrow, go for guy.
10,000.
Well, we just school fees.
10,000. Stina.
Pirates won't lose.
Stina that.
Sharp.
No, I give it. No, give me Stina to go in.
Aye. No, without Betty.
No, give it
that way. Aye.
No, I don't.
Aye.
I say bet.
It's
not a bet.
Shame.
Our
Yeah,
okay.
So I bet you.
I say bet. I ke mo nganyise because ke a tseba hore Sekhukhune ba tshameka a dangerous team. Ke a tseba. We're going to play a dangerous team.
So that was so Mara, you know, they're playing a dangerous team, but I want to bet for one.
No. They playing against
Sekhukhune. 20 rand, it's fine. Or clipper. As a betty.
Mare why?
Clipper.
Mapi. Ntate o ke ra ke betšheleng. Are Pirates lose. Are Pirates
won't lose.
Are Pirates tla lose ke tlo fatao. It's not a bet.
Wafa.
Ba
re fa motho ball.
A ke re fa motho ball. Move.
Fa motho ball.
Move.
I'm going to change my screen. You want to refer to Cheltino. I swear.
How? Na kante wa ke mo beteng e kankane. Wa ke mo beteng e kankane.
Yeah, no. Refer Cheltino.
No. Wa ke mo beteng e kankane.
Yeah.
No.
Luen. You send that 1,000. Come Monday.
Sekhukhune play a dangerous team kausana.
Okay, fine. Let me close it here. Orlando Pirates have been playing beautiful football, strong football, courageous football, zipa football, like nobody.
It's a new year. It's a new year.
Fine. And we expect Pirates to continue where they left off. I saw their training. They're doing very well. They look hungry. They look determined. The coach is drumming it into their ears that you want to win the league, work hard. You want to win the league, precision. You want to win the league, do this and this.
If you want to beat Sundowns.
I don't think, forget about Sundowns.
No, coach knows.
And you mentioned Sundowns somewhere, but it's not about Sundowns. It's about Pirates winning the league by hook or crook. If Pirates doesn't win the league this season, if Pirates doesn't win the league this season, it will be in their hands. They've all the opportunities. They've got the firepower. They've got the midfielders. Everything that you need in a team, Pirates has acquired this season.
Banally.
So, Ezimnyama Ngenkani, Ezgama Kepula, it's your time. But don't forget, Bafana Style, they might be playing in Africa this weekend, and Kansas City might be playing in Africa this weekend. All in all, it's a tough competition of like marginal differences. 1 point here, 2 points, 1 point, 2 point, 3 points. So anything can still happen. When Chiefs come back next week, they are playing against, what are they playing against? Who's playing against Chiefs?
Galaxy?
Chiefs is playing TS Galaxy.
I think they play TS Galaxy.
Yeah.
Check out,
Chiefs are playing next week. They might still get more points and go up again. See.
Yeah, Chiefs on Wednesday via Bloemfontein Malomong against Marumo Gallants.
Okay, they won't play Marumo Gallants. Chiefs going to win that game. I can tell you now. Marumo Gallants, aye. Marumo Gallants will never beat Kaizer Chiefs. Kahana. Ore mo, ka becha emo, arbeche.
Amo batsa mafela.
Arbeche.
Pratsep.
Chiefs will lose to Marumo Gallants.
Mthethwa ba tlo ja papagametse. Please ska betcha.
Always can ali dikgomo. That's what we forget. We forget ke na le dikgomo le bala net da fela. Ha ona papekta janga metsi mo kgomo di teng. Ka slaga ke a ja. So, I feel hore Bratsep it's important that when there's nothing that will break Pirates' momentum now, unless if Bona they break themselves and complacency gets into their systems and they think that we are doing well. But for sure, Pirates need to win this game to keep the pressure on Sundowns. And Sundowns, I saw a different Sundowns on Monday. They're coming in with a big fight. They're not gonna let that trophy, Betway Premiership, slip out of their hands without a big fight. And the underdog here, like I said in September, Kaizer Chiefs. That's your underdog. You might think that again now, but they share about football. Kaizer Chiefs might even surprise both of them and win the league or finish second for that match. So,
second.
Yes, second.
So the intention are clear. Go Slopenza Pirates. They sign Dio. Mukwalo Mulbotin Pirates intentions.
Oh, Dion. Oh, okay.
Mukwalo Mulbotin for Orlando Pirates Babatland this season. If Osaina is striker, Hora Horing Ntwaya Hahu, Equadilo Mulbotin Horing, Kienso Sebatland this season.
Kakatsamullo.
So in Tial.
Marabar list striker Momabas.
Mara coach Arasevita,
Na ke tsebe mo.
So,
So yeah, so
every coach
Mokwalo
has got what
their
attributes
preference, yeah.
that he wants from a player.
And I think
if
that's
he's not
important.
getting that,
And that's
he'll let you go
important.
or he won't play you.
And that's
Simple as
important
that.
because you could be
There's
a
nothing
player
wrong
that's
with that.
doing well. You could be a player that's because Mabasa was scoring. Mara, the coach feels or looking at the style and the system that he wants, Mabasa is not
doesn't
the
fit
player that
into
he
it.
wants.
so go hopola go teaming ya ka Mphoza. Ne ke le ntswembu blind ne. Mara coach
Ah, la, la.
coach una na lore ona ke compete le ntwaneng a le ntswembu ne. Mara ya no nna ke tsena ke dira se coach una se bua bona ne ke dlala le ntwaneng go bare ke Duncan ai Duncan ka rena ona tswa fa ona se monate ona le monate a go rightsang mara ha o tsena nna jersey number 2 a ka bolella ne ke tsa dintho di etsale ke sa gore mara coach o ne itse gore ha ke mora ke run to this.
Does anyone from Madibukhon know a player called Bucs? Anyone from Madibukhon, you know a player called Bucs?
So I go ya ka nna fela baba Mphoza.
Yeah.
I think ke taba ya go latella di instructions tata ke shone se ba katisi ba dumella mo sone
Yes, sir.
tata go raetsa mo katisi le go dira sa se batlang. I think ke so sa ntlha sa se gopolang happy ka first 11 ya gagwe.
Okay. All right.
For nothing, there's a danger of Orlando Pirates. Positionally, in terms of numbers, there'll be a replacement for Mbogazi. But the player,
Chabatsan is there.
but he is not Mbogazi.
We don't want Mbogazi.
No. The charisma, the way Mbogazi played, the Mbogazi, you knew you had to think twice.
No. Don't have selective nostalgia. Don't have selective nostalgia. No. If a player was there and has left, he has left. His legacy will continue with him wherever has gone.
Yeah.
And he has left whatever is left with the current team. But we can't say, no, he's not replaceable.
No.
He's replaceable.
Mara,
That's why Mbogazi is no longer a Pirates player. We're not going to discuss Mbogazi when he's not a Pirates player anymore. You know why? Because you cannot put pressure on a new player and say he's not Mbogazi. For sure he's not Mbogazi. He'll come and add his new value because Pirates chose him to replace, not even to replace, to play that position that has got a space with a player that has left. That if a player was irreplaceable and would always be hanging on to a player. The same thing with Saleh. We've got Mufukeng, we've got Muremi, we've got Magma Mosha. They can all play that position. We've got iPhone 16.
Mara, that's what we're saying. There'll be somebody who plays that position.
So, yes, I would not agree with you when you say Mbogazi. Let's start on Mbogazi. Before Mbogazi came to Pirates, we won games before he was there.
No, Mara, we don't care what you think. Mbogazi. We don't care what you think. So, Mbogazi. Yes, there will be a replacement in terms of there will be 11 players that come.
Yeah.
But the qualities of Mbogazi are not held by anybody in terms of the strength that is there.
Why do you compare?
Because he was the one that played.
This player has not even he's never even donned a Pirates shirt as yet. He'll only probably wear it tomorrow if he's gonna start. Already you saying what
understand. When Alim do you no. When Alim do forever telling us how big Orlando Pirates is.
It's big, man.
Okay, it's big. So Mpo has not played for a team this big.
Mbogazi had not played for a big team when he came to Pirates.
And it took him time to get there because he was not a star.
But Mbogazi was coming from the junior teams and Chausan has been playing the PSL for 4 seasons.
Mara, he has not won. Who
said Jasensu?
No, okay, skipper said, but this shirt is heavy.
Which shirt?
Yeah, Pirates.
It's heavy.
Hey.
What do you mean heavy?
If it's not heavy, anybody can wear it.
No. That's not the point. The point is, when you play for Pirates, you know you're playing for a big team. When you play for Chiefs, you know you're playing for the most stylish, glamorous most supported team.
So-
when you play for Sundowns, the 57.
No,
So-
no.
so Chabatsane can come in
Pratsep, wait,
and
no,
outshine
Pratsep,
whatever the
Pratsep,
performance e bileng teng ko
Yeah.
nthong.
Okay.
Go-
I'm the host here. Wait.
Go Pirates. So Chabatsane atla fitla
Yeah.
a outshine or
Whatever Mbogas had did.
whatever Mbogas I
It's
did.
possible.
Possible.
Yes.
Thank you.
So I think in batlo correct e ga Mpho e.
Yeah, right.
Ore ona sa compare. Na buella mo tabeng ya hore even if the quality are not the same. Ya go tla le Pirates e changile. Might be e chuleditseng ba, might be e wetseng ko tlase.
I'll say a simple thing.
No,
ne.
kupa bua
Tampoza, ke o
no,
fa chance.
no,
Ke fa wena chance.
ke kopa o fetsa.
Ke fa wena chance.
A ke re witsa Sundowns.
Ke fa wena chance. Bua he.
How are Sundowns? I get our big team, stylish team. How look Sundowns? Understand the expectations are here. Understand that the league is mandatory.
Yes.
Understand that you play Champions League. You don't need a driver's license to be going to Polokwane while others are playing Champions League.
The difference between ambition, determination, and obsession. 3 different things. I'll leave it at that. All right. So tomorrow, it's a big game in Polokwane. I'll be commentating that game. Tshepo will be doing
Siwelele, Richards Bay.
and Richards Bay. TaMphoza will be flying out to Tripoli, to Sudan.
No, Batlamo.
In Khartoum.
They're
They're coming here
tonight.
Oh, they're coming here. I thought it was Amalia. So they're coming here at Loftus to play Mamelodi Sundowns. That's where we're turning our focus to now, to Champions League. I'm not saying we're discarding the Betway League, the Premiership, but before we close, you look at all the games that are playing this weekend and also do the scores and the predictions. Fine. Let's move on to Kaizer Chiefs and Mamelodi Sundowns. You are playing, or they are playing with you against Al Hilal of Sudan, the team that did very well last season in the Champions League, and their players were mostly selected for the national team of Sudan for the AFCON. Your take on that one?
I think where Sundowns are at the moment is that Coach Cardoso, we cannot run away with the fact that he's under pressure.
Yes.
Myself included, or he's not the most liked coach because of the style that he plays and the way that he plays at Sundowns. I'm not convinced he's a coach for Sundowns. So therefore, even Lamamela the press conference, he's forever addressing people like us, our coach Agadi Founu and everything. So he's got to be able to make sure, because Champions League is now becoming an obsession to Mamelodi Sundowns. If you look at the quality of Mamelodi Sundowns players, I mean, you've got, even when you buy new strikers who score on debut, but they are 6 goals away from other people. So when you look at all those things, you've got to be able to say Sundowns should be able to, yes, the Sudanese will come, yes, they will put up a good fight, but it's an expectation that Sundowns is going to win that game tonight.
Okay, I don't even have any doubt that Sundowns can beat Al Hilal. Remember one time you were doing Sundowns and Al Hilal a while ago in the Champions League. And that day, I'm going to tell people what you did to me. And say, what is that day, people, Fano, he did a game in Al Hilal Sundowns. It was a Champions League all of us. And I sent him a WhatsApp because I heard him saying something. And then he sent me a message back and I said, what this step? Yo, mom. Yo. I said, Baron 60. And I understand maybe it was probably in his early days of doing Champions League, and he felt that I think Murumela some stuff on his WhatsApp. I was probably taking away his attention. And he's and he knows. That's why he's here.
So the question here, Mphoza, Baba.
Yeah.
Sundowns on Monday. Banbadalagas Klopas, a new team.
A very different team.
So the question
so
is...
the likes of Tatus B are coming on. Brilliant youngster.
Johannes, I was so impressed.
Johannes was solid.
Johannes.
You were doing that game.
Yes, Otsamikile, the best game, That was first time game Monadala as a central defender.
So like I said earlier, are you ambitious? Are you determined or obsessed with winning the Champions League?
It's an obsession.
Okay, fine. Let's turn it around. Kaizer Chiefs to win the Confed Cup. Is it an obsession to win a trophy in the 10 years, in the 11 years? Or is it a must to win a trophy?
I think for Kaizer Chiefs, ke this thing let's go lay on it day by day. I don't think there's mandate. I think let's go lay on it.
I think the Kaizer Chiefs are in the middle of a project. Because you would remember, the co-coaching pair at the moment have just started. This is the project that they're in. They're doing better than they were in previous seasons because they are now number 3. So that gives the confidence. But when you look at the team that Kaizer Chiefs have got, they've got a very, very experienced team. And a lot of youngsters that are coming. You're looking at Velabai, looking at Bartman, and you're looking at Mabaso. So when you look at all those things, you are starting to say that experience and the youngster is starting to be in. You've got the likes of Gaston Sereno, you've got the likes of Mabue, you've got the likes of Ndlovu, you've got Pirates FC that's there now in Monyane, you've got Kimango left back Marco. So when you look at all those things,
Chiefs has got lots of left backs.
Yeah. So when you look at Chiefs, the squad that Kaizer Chiefs have, it's a very quality squad. It's just about, when Ndlovu came on, and I think the game that they played during the week, that pair says, if they don't start this weekend, I will know that there's something wrong. Because the way that they played, Mabu and Lindlov with that combination should carry them to a solid number 3 at the end of the season. But it will also allow them to go beyond group stages in the Confed Cup.
All right. I think for another verdict is Kaizer Chiefs should win comfortably against Zesco. Players that played for Zesco, some of them were playing in the Tshepo team at AFCON. And when Zambia came here to play Fana in a pre-AFCON game, they left those players behind and brought some young boys. And it didn't really work out for them. I wonder why Bafana will beat them at 1-0, I think. Was it 1-0 in PE?
Yeah, it was 1-0.
You see, that's why. It was another sign to show that.
Was it 1 or 2?
2, I think.
1 or 2.
Something like
I think
that,
it's 2-1.
They didn't score. No.
They didn't score?
No. So I think they didn't score. If Kopulan a little bit. So I think I'm Dalabel. So
1937 is a long time ago.
Yeah. So I think we wish Sundowns and Chiefs well to win their games. We need them to progress to the quarterfinals. And that thing from DRC must not progress. Must stay there and go home and play in their league. The league, do you know what the league called in DRC?
DRC or Sudan?
DRC.
DRC.
Linafoot.
Okay.
Linafoot. That's why Gurnadi was up.
Hallelujah.
Myself and Tshepo work in a brilliant way. That's why even we are able to work together as well, because we share information. Myself, Tshepo and Reggie, we share information, we talk and discuss football, and that makes us different from anything else that we think about. Anyway, I think lastly, let's talk about the fixtures of the Betway Premiership starting on Friday. Let's start there Friday. Give us the fixtures. Come now. Give us the fixtures.
Richards Bay?
Friday, Richards Bay. And Siwelele. Yes?
Siwelele win. 1-0.
Okay. And the next fixture is Pirates and Sekhukhune. Pirates win. 2-1.
Sekhukhune 2-1.
Who else is playing tomorrow?
Obit and Chipa.
Who's winning, Tshepo?
Disalakhai.
What's that? I'm not team outing Disalakhai PSI. What team is that?
Obit Batlofenya.
Score?
3-1.
3-1 Obit.
Yeah.
3-1.
3.
In that heat.
3.
3-1 Obit. 2-1 Pirates. 2-1 Sekhukhune. Okay. All right. And then? That's a good game. Amazulu TS Galaxy. It's going to be a good. Who's hosting? What time?
At home, Amazulu.
With that humidity.
At home, Amazulu.
Galaxy won't see anything. In that humidity, Galaxy will not say, you have something to say, bro? Do you have something to say?
Galaxy will win. No, you remember No. No. Galaxy will win.
Score.
Galaxy will win 1-0.
Galaxy win.
Amazulu win 2-0.
Amazulu win any score. Next game? Where? Durban.
Durban.
Humidity. Polokwane City won't see a day of light.
No, I think Polokwane City when it comes to humidity, because Polokwane
There's no humidity in Polokwane.
but it's hot.
Just dry and hot.
It's hot, yes.
I lived there for 4 years. Kill scared. That place gets about in and out.
So-
In and out. Play But
The
Durban is very humid.
First game ya Badela.
The first game.
Let's give him a Badel. We'll talk about that just now. Yeah. Okay, let's talk about Coach Badel. What do you think? He's your friend. Skimsa, yeah. We know these things.
No, I just know Coach Badel. I'm not sure he'll tell people he knows me. So I think Coach Badela, because and the good thing is he's had time in this call it mid-season preseason.
That AFCON.
So he's had time to now instill a different way of thinking, because he's had to uninstall Gavin Hunt down the wing, cross. So now, but the one thing that he's got is very good at playing. I think on the day he should be better than Polokwane City.
Thank you. So is that all? We're done.
Yeah.
Thank you. Can we just please have a moment of silence for respecting the CEO of Milford? The CEO of Milford passed away this week, and we send our condolences from Omni Audio and to the Untouchables, myself, TaMphoza and Tshepo, and we say to Milford, lalani ngenxeba, alohlanga lungehlanga, we all gonna follow one day. And it's a painful thing, especially if you are used to people, are used to you, you work with them day in, day out, and suddenly you are gone. We can never talk to you or see you or even say hello to you anymore. To the family and to Milford, the club, Dokotela, we are very sorry for you and for your loss. For that, we say, may the soul rest in peace, and may the good Lord comfort you in this difficult time. So we're going to have 5 seconds of respect. So, Stalama Kepis. Amanye mambi, amanye mahle. Stalama Kepisi, ahlale phansi, and we just pay them some respect. So for that, we come to the end of the show for this afternoon. For this afternoon, the Untouchables. I was with Al Capone, Tshepo.
I show you emotionally, daughter.
I was with Tshepo and with my sidekick, and is TaMphoza. Thank you very much for joining us today. My name is Baba Mthethwa. I am your president. See you on Monday afternoon on Famu Tubolo, when you relook at all the results of the weekend and any controversy, any drama, and tears for that matter, that can come over the weekend. From all of us here, my producers, Tamama, I can't call him with that name. Taron, thank you very much. Thank you, Tamdu, thank you very much. And the master himself, Kevin Fine, thank you very much, everyone, for being here. It was a pleasure hosting you on that emotional note.
On
that emotional note, have a good weekend and enjoy your Friday. Skela lo no have a chai subsiu. Please, I don't know high. La chai subsiu. Don't do that, guys. Please. Rakupa. Banwa meti good enough. How no makamtela mponchwana. Please kyakupa. Be careful. Those are driving home long distances again, it's a weekend. Please take a break and look after others. South Africa is bad when it comes to road accidents. Drive alive and arrive alive. Thank you very much, everyone. Thank you so much. Cheers. Goodbye.